And we've been joined by Coach Willie Taggart from USF. The Bulls are 0-3 overall. The Bulls were idle this past weekend. In action again this Saturday against Miami of Florida at Raymond James Stadium. It will be a noon Eastern start on ESPNU. Coach, thanks for joining us on the call. If you can tell us how your open week went, and then tell us what you're looking forward to as you get back to the field Saturday against Miami, please.
Well, I thought we got a lot done during our open week. We went back and went over some of the basic and fundamentals, and we really did a good job of scouting ourselves and try to see what we were doing well and what we were doing bad, and try to correct what we were doing bad and try to do the things that we were doing well, do them even better. And one thing I know we wanted to try to do is correct our passing game and try to be a little more efficient and give our guys a chance to make some plays. So it's good to get back to game week, and what a great opportunity we have this weekend.
Take questions for Coach Taggart. Please hit *1 on your telephone to join the queue, and then the operator will introduce you.
We'll hear from Joey Knight with Tampa Bay Times.
Coach, I'll throw it out there. Have you decided on a starting quarterback going into game week?
Not as of right now, but by the end of the day, I probably will.
Okay. And do you expect Jaquez will be healthy enough to play Saturday?
He ran around a little bit yesterday. It all depends on how he practiced on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Thanks.
And we'll move to Tim Reynolds with Associated Press.
Coach, hi. The expectation here in Miami is that Stephen Morris is going to be healthy enough to go. Did that surprise you at all? And secondly, just what did you see from their offense? And was it tough really to take anything useful kind of out of them playing Savannah State over the weekend?
Well, it wasn't surprising. Stephen's a tough kid, and he didn't have to go back in that ball game considering the fact they were playing Savannah State. And I guess you can look at that game and from a schematic standpoint, see you can get something from it. But they played a lot of different guys in that ball game, and so you try to take it for whatever it's worth. But they're a good football team. They're pretty deep. They got talent all around, and I think the U is back. I think they're back.
Thanks, Coach.
Mm-hmm. And we'll move on to Joey Johnson with Tampa Tribune.
Probably from week to week, you have a lot of occasions where guys are playing against schools from their hometown, and they're always excited about that. But it seems like there's always more juice when Miami kids play against the Hurricanes. I know you've got several Miami kids on your team. What do you think it's like for them to play in a game like this?
Well, I think a lot of those guys want to come and put on a show. You get a team like this coming to your home stadium and playing on national TV. I think a lot of those guys want to go out and play their best ball game against their hometown school.
And one more thing, I know you weren't here last year, but they went down and played Miami, and a lot of the same people are back on either side. Is there usefulness to examining that from last year? Can you draw on anything that happened in last year's game?
You can kind of look at those. You can look at the film and just kind of look at our guys are competing one-on-one in the one-on-one battles. I know schematically they're doing some things differently, and so are we. So. But I think when you just watching guys play football and blocking and tackling, you can kind of get a feel for how your team can hold up against them.
And we'll move to Steve Berry with RunningTheBulls.com.
Good afternoon, Coach. I know you're ready to get back on the game field. Tell me about the defensive front. Any changes in the defensive front?
In our defensive front, no.
Yes, sir.
No, we don't have any changes. Same guy that played last week.
You said earlier last week that you were going to look at a lot of the young guys. Can you tell me some of the young guys that are standing out, some of the freshmen that are standing out that may get a chance to start against Miami?
I don't necessarily know if they're going to start, but I see some young guys playing in that game, guys like Derek Callaway. You see Nigel Harris, who started last week. You see him playing a little more. Johnny Ward and possibly Lamar Robbins. So again, it's more to get familiar with what we're doing and we're comfortable with them going in, the more they'll play for us.
Thank you, Coach.
Yes, sir.
And moving on, we'll hear from Charlie McCarthy with Fox Sports Florida.
Hey, Coach. I was going to ask you about Savannah State, but I know you asked about that earlier. Looking at tape on Miami, will you look more at the Florida tape then? And just what's your message to your team going into this game? What are you looking to see from them, and what are you what are the things you're going to be focused on?
Well, we looked at all of their games from this year and try to get a good feel for things they like to do, and I think you can take some from each one of those ball games. One thing you take is they're a really good football team. I know I heard the question earlier in the year, whether you back. I think they're back. They got a lot of talent, and they're doing the things that it takes to win ball games. They create turnovers, and they're not turning the ball over much. So put that on top of having some really good athletes, you got yourself a really good football team, which I think Miami is. I think they're on their way back to what Miami used to be. And for our guys, we got to worry about us. It's not about who we're playing against. It's about us going out to see how good we can be. And we haven't shown that yet, and we know we're better than what we've shown. And what a great opportunity to do it this week against Miami here at home on national TV.
One follow-up. When Savannah State came on the field the other night, it was obvious from size and speed they were outclassed by Miami from the get-go. What most concerns you about your team going into this game against the Miami kid?
Just not going and playing our best ball game. It's not necessarily a concern. It's just a matter of going out and playing the best that we can, and we haven't shown that yet. I know defensively and special team we've been pretty well. Offensively, we got to go out and do what we're capable of. We haven't shown that, and again, we turned the ball over quite a bit, and they've created a lot of turnovers. So going in, we know that's been a weakness and a strength for them. We got to take care of the football and execute, go out and make some plays on offense.
Thank you, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll move to Joey Knight with Tampa Bay Times.
Coach, obviously Miami's going to come in a pretty heavy favorite. Would you be surprised if your team did not come out and play its loosest, most aggressive game of the year? Just go out there and play ball?
That's what we talked about. Let's just go play and have fun, and not worry about, losing ball games. Let's go out and think about winning these ball games and play like we're capable of. And I think our guys will be ready and excited about this game. Again, it's a national televised game, and it's Miami. I think our guys are going to get fired up about it being the game, and they're pretty good. So it's a great opportunity for us to go out and compete and see if we can get our first win against the Hurricanes.
Thanks.
And we'll move on to Joey Johnston with Tampa Tribune.
Yeah, Coach, we were talking a few minutes ago about your kids from Miami. One of those guys is Todd Chandler on your defensive line, who back in the day had committed to Miami and came to USF, and he's had his share of struggles early in his career, but now he seems to have some better footing under himself. Could you just speak about what you've seen from him in the time that you've had him, and what kind of contributor you think he can be the rest of the year?
Well, Todd is he's bought into what we're asking our guys to do here since I've been here, and he's a guy that knows that this is his last go-around, and he really want to go out as a winner, and he has an opportunity to lead this football team being a senior, and I'll say he's been doing a good job with that, keeping guys upbeat, keeping them on focus, and then he's playing well for us. He had injuries in the past, and now he's out there just playing and having fun again.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And do we have any other questions for Coach Taggart, please? Coach, well, thank you for your time this week. Look forward to talking to you again next Monday.
Thank you, guys.
All right, and that is USF against Miami at Raymond James Stadium. That will be a noon Eastern start on ESPNU.